All right, welcome team. I am absolutely thrilled you're here for this explainer. Today, we're taking a comprehensive look at all 10 modules of the Positively Pink Pet Services Employee Training Series, and we're focusing entirely on fear-free cat handling and medication administration. You know, whether you've been a pet sitter for years or you are brand new to the team, this explainer is really designed to completely transform how you interact with our feline clients. We are going to talk a lot about kitty minutes, which is this great idea of letting the cat set the pace, and how we can provide that top-tier, fear-free care that keeps everyone safe, calm, and most importantly, happy.
So let's just dive right into this quote because I absolutely love it. 90% of success happens before you touch the cat. It's so good, right? It completely redefines what it means to be a professional pet sitter. We so often think of handling a cat as this purely physical task, but our journey today really starts by redefining control. True control, it isn't about physical restraint at all. It's about compassion paired with skill. Your preparation, the energy you bring into the room, your setup, all of that is doing the heavy lifting way before your hands ever even make contact.
Here's how we're going to break this explainer down into 5 chronological phases. We'll start with foundations and room setup, then move into approaching and towel wraps. After that, we'll tackle oral medications made calm, follow up with injections, ears, and eyes, and finally, wrap up with pausing and professional wrap-up.
All right, Phase 1, Foundations and Room Setup. Let's get into it.
You know, it's actually amazing how fast you can pick up on feline body language to figure out your very next move. If a cat is in the green zone, you are good to proceed. Their ears are forward, you might get a soft blink, the tail is totally neutral, and maybe they're just sniffing around or eating. But the second you see those yellow or red zone signals, we're talking airplane ears, a super stiff body, growling, swatting, or panting, that is your immediate cue to pause or just stop entirely. The faster you spot those stress signals, the easier it is to keep things from escalating.
Okay, so once you've read the cat's mood, it's time to set up the room. Let's walk through these steps because they are crucial. Step 1 is a big one. Close the doors and do it with one hand so you can ensure no pets escape and your space is totally secure. Next, bring the vibe down. Lower the lights, turn off that loud TV. You want to place your towel on a nice stable surface like a coffee table or a bed and stage all your meds and treats right within arm's reach so you're never scrambling around. And finally, wash and warm your hands. Seriously, cold hands are literally a huge trigger for cats. A calm room creates a calm cat, and doing these deliberate solo steps is going to be your secret weapon.
Which brings us to our core value for this phase. Compassion plus skill equals safety. I just want to remind everyone watching that our goal here is not speed. We aren't trying to rush in, check a box, and get the job done in record time. Instead, our true goal is keeping the visit incredibly safe for both you and the cat through deliberate, thoughtful preparation.
Moving right along to Phase 2, approaching and towel wraps. So, the approach here has to be buttery smooth. Remember this mantra. Slow is smooth, and smooth is quick. First things first, announce yourself softly. No surprises. Then, offer a single finger for them to sniff at shoulder height. Let them make the choice to engage with you. From there, gently guide them to your prepared towel. And notice the key word there, guide. We never force. Finally, secure the cat with 3 specific points of contact. Get one hand under the chest, rest your forearm along their side, and gently place your other hand over their hindquarters. This gives them a sense of security without feeling trapped. Now, if a cat needs a little extra support, we use towels. But listen to me carefully here. Towels are our teammates, not restraints, okay? We use 3 specific wraps. The half burrito is your go-to for everyday meds. It keeps their chest snug but leaves the head totally free. Then you have the full burrito, which is for those really fast or feisty cats. It keeps the forelegs covered but should only be used for a very short duration. And lastly, the shoulder cape. That one is ideal for eye and ear meds. You just drape it right over their shoulders and use your forearm for gentle stability.
So why all the different wrap styles? Well, matching the correct towel wrap to the cat's specific mood is exactly how we ensure both comfort and control. When you can establish comfort and control, you build confidence. And I mean confidence for you as the handler, and confidence from the cat, who inherently trusts that you aren't going to hurt them.
All right, on to Phase 3, Oral Medications Made Calm.
Okay, the absolute secret sauce to success here is the cheek pocket. You never, ever want to go straight down the middle of a cat's mouth with a syringe. It causes gagging, panic, and honestly, a huge mess. The cheek pocket is that little sweet spot right at the corner of the cat's mouth. Aiming for this pocket takes a task that's usually stressful and turns it into a calm, easy routine where the cat naturally just swallows the liquid.
Let's walk through exactly how this looks in action. First, always confirm your dose. Next, get them into your half burrito or shoulder cape wrap. Now, if you're giving a pill, gently tilt their head slightly up so the jaw naturally drops open. If it's a liquid, go straight for that cheek pocket we just talked about. You want to administer the medication in small, gentle pulses so they have time to swallow safely. And finally, always follow up with a treat. One smooth, well-prepared motion is always going to beat 3 hesitant, fumbling ones.
This really just sums up the whole philosophy of giving oral medications. Prepared hands mean all your tools and your treats are ready to go before you even touch the cat. A gentle pace means you are actively working on those kitty minutes. And a positive finish, that guarantees the cat links you and the medication with something rewarding.
Which brings us to phase 4, injections, ears, and eyes.
So, a lot of our clients need an extra hand with owner-directed injections like insulin or sub-Q fluids. The big secret to this is the skin tent, which is basically just a small fold of skin that you gently lift between the shoulder blades. As a sitter, your job is to assist by creating this tent, taking a deep breath to steady your own nerves and using a calm, steady hand to insert the needle bevel up, exactly as directed by the owner and their vet. Predictability is what builds trust here.
Now, what about drops? The mechanics here are absolutely vital if you want to get this done without any drama. Look at that second point. Anchor your hand firmly on the skull. You never want to hover your hand in the air because the second that cat moves, you've completely lost your target. For ear meds, you anchor, lift the flap, drop it straight into the ear canal, and give the base a gentle massage. For eye meds, again, anchor your hand, pull the lower lid to make a tiny little pocket, drop the medication into that pocket, never directly onto the eyeball itself, and just let them blink it in. Then obviously, reward them immediately.
I really want you to keep this phrase in the back of your mind. Precision with kindness. Having the technical skill to pull a lower eyelid or lift a skin tent is completely useless if you're terrifying the animal in the process. Your technical skills absolutely must be paired with emotional awareness and a light, reassuring touch.
Finally, phase 5, pausing and professional wrap-up.
I literally cannot stress this enough. Safety over schedule, every single time. The true climax of our training isn't actually successfully giving a pill, it's having the courage and the professional judgment to recognize those yellow and red stress signals we looked at earlier and stopping before trust gets broken. If a cat is lunging, swatting, or panting, you stop. Period. No task is worth an injury or shattering that bond. We always end on calm, even if it means the medication has to wait. Whether the visit goes perfectly smoothly or you do have to hit pause, your wrap-up has to be flawless. First, clean the space so it looks exactly as you found it and safely dispose of any sharps. Then you're going to use our OAOP communication template for your client update. Note the observation, so what did you see when you arrived? Note the action, what exactly did you do? Note the outcome, how did the cat respond to your care? And finally, note the plan, what are the next steps? Doing this ensures that our clients get a perfect, highly professional update every single time. And that's because excellence really does live in the details. The clean room you leave behind, the safely disposed syringe, that beautifully written OAOP note, those are the things that build the trust you need for tomorrow's visit. Clients trust what they can see and read, so make sure you finish just as strongly as you started. So I'm going to leave you with this to think about. How will you apply kitty minutes to your very next client visit to ensure a completely fear-free experience? I really want to challenge every single one of you watching this explainer to bring this calm, organized, and deeply compassionate pacing into your next appointment. Observe closely, prepare meticulously, and just move smoothly. Thank you so much for joining me to explore this awesome training series. Now get out there, choose calm, and have a fantastic fear-free visit.